what Hilt does.
Yeah, like that episode that you finished that, I was like, we gotta fucking think about it. I was gonna go back to Fanwell and
He's
be
live,
like,
Gus. We're
what
live.
it do?
Yeah.
Help, what it do?
Oi, bitch.
Welcome all to
Discussing.
the Mimic Loaf stream. We are Mimic Loaf. Tonight we will be continuing our Adventures in the Astral Sea campaign. We are on session 37. How crazy.
Wild.
37
Wild.
Friday nights we have given up. It's almost a whole year.
Yeah.
Actually, it'd be more. Like it would be
Technically, it's
even,
longer,
'cause
yeah.
we've
Technically,
missed
it's longer than a
like
year
5
because
sessions
we've
or
missed a
something.
couple. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of missing sessions, we will not be streaming next Friday night or next Wednesday night. We can still do Strahd on the Tuesday night, but we will not be doing next Friday as I will be away in Melbourne.
Good for you. Hope you're happy.
I will be. And we won't be doing the following Wednesday as well. So 2 missing sessions of Baldur's Gate, only 1 of Astral Sea.
I'm missing 2.
And everything else will be normal, as per norm. If you haven't already,
As per usual.
if you haven't already,
they say.
please check out our Instagram, our YouTube, and our Discord channels. Give us a like, give us a follow. We would very much appreciate that. Tonight, we are missing our Dragonborn friend. Drew decided he wanted to have a social life instead of, hanging out with his friends. No, it's not like that. So Azoth will be controlled by a member of the group.
I nominate Sol because they are.
I respectfully decline.
I will like to quickly shout out Lefty, subscribed for 7 months in a row.
Thank you. Thank
7
you.
whole months. Good job. Good
You're
work.
welcome. Just putting it back.
I think that covers everything that I need to cover at the start. Am I missing anything, guys?
As far as I know.
Resounding silence means no. Sweet.
Resounding indifference.
Resounding indifference. That's life. That's goals right there. So without further ado, because we don't have a Drew tonight.
Literally without a Drew.
Literally without a
Drew.
We will get into it.
And get his crumbs back, but he likes Lae'zel. That's what I'm voting for.
Oh my god.
I love Lae'zel. I don't just like Lae'zel. Why is it on Ethan?
Because I forgot to check this one thing.
Oh no.
What's saying Drew? Still laughing about the poll.
Okay, now you're on. You can go.
Okay, I'm on. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So, as per usual, we've had a little bit of technical difficulties, a bit of a disruption with our usual scheduled sponsor ad read. But as every week, and every week going forward, our beautiful sponsor is Stabby Joe & Co. Clothier extraordinaires, makers of fine garments. I'm actually wearing... I would show you, but it'd be a bit awkward. I'm wearing the Mimic Loaf X Stabby Joe & Co. Do it? Okay.
Do it.
I'm wearing the Mimic Loaf X Stabby Joe & Co. shorts. Extremely comfortable, extremely warm, great fit. I also have my Mimic Loaf X Stabby Joe & Co. shirt around here somewhere. I think my cat laid on it, so it's a bit hairy at the moment. But if you head to their website, stabbyjoeandco.com, and use code MIMIC5 at checkout, you get 5% off your order. So anything you order, we've got some stickers, some notebooks, which I'm planning on ordering in the coming weeks, and I'll be using for my D&D notebooks. But yeah, if you check it out, use code MIMIC5 and you get 5% off your order. And on to our next sponsor, we have Dubby. As I say every week, and will continue to say every week until Sam provides me with something else to say, Dubby are the inventors, patent holders of amino acids. They actually developed the chemical formula. They actually split the atom that became the first amino acid, and from there, their business just grew exponentially. They managed to combine the amino acid atom with the caffeine atom into one.
You need to stop and move along.
Part of me hopes that we get really famous just so they go back and go, who the fuck is this dude?
Into one extremely tasty powdered beverage, which is available for you on w.gg. And if you use code MIMICLOAF, all caps, our name, you get 10% off your order. So you can check out the w.gg. They got plenty of delicious, tasty flavors. And you know, if you need that energy boost for whatever you do, I don't care what it is that you do, you can always use some more energy. Everyone can use some more energy. I could use some more energy, that's for sure. So check out w.gg and use code MICLOAF to get 10% off your order. And without further ado, we shall get into the recap. So the session began with a party leaving the arena where they had just said goodbye to their friend Castiel and returned to Shalagoth. Greeted by one of the event organizers, the party was graciously returned their 100 gold piece entrance fee as recompense for what had happened in the arena. Deciding to cut their losses, the party made their way back to the Warden's Playhouse to get some rest and discuss what they were going to do next. Upon arriving, the party split up to take care of their own individual business. Charpok, having no memory of the playhouse, had Wendell give him the tour of the place, while John retreated to a private space to inspect the gem that he had slotted into his amulet. While inspecting the amulet, John discovered that the amulet gave him the limited ability to cast spells, before Charpok entered the room on his tour. Using this opportunity, Charpok grilled John about what he had spoken to the webbed entity about in regards to offering Ali up to it. John and Charpok then had a long conversation about what this webbed entity had in store for the party, as well as what their next move would be. In the meantime, the rest of the party gathered in the bar area of the playhouse, where Zill revealed that he had been in contact with an entity while in the arena. Discussing what to do next, they decided to venture to Master Fanwell's tower to try and gain some assistance. Before everyone left, the party was joined by John and Charpok, and as John sat down with the rest of the party, he felt something crawl across his hand. Looking down, he immediately spotted a small spider running up the sleeve of his robe. Panicking, John ripped off his robe, but seemingly lost the spider. Donning his robe again, John felt a small, solid object in his pocket. Reaching in, he found it to be another small, hardened egg sac, a sense of dread washing over him as he recognized its source. Charpok suggested that the party attempt to contact Haku, as it had been a while since they had spoken to him. Zill reached out to him via a sending spell, but got nothing in return. Trying to contact Dunder, the party did get a response. However, it was jumbled, and it seemed like Dunder was experiencing the same paranoid delusions that Charpok had displayed upon his return to his body. Deciding to put this issue on the back burner, the party made their way to Master Fanwell's tower to ask for some assistance. Making their way there, the party found no doorway to enter, as well as no response when the party called out to him. A passerby let the party know that Master Fanwell had not been seen since yesterday, when a blonde halfling and a tall lady dressed completely in black leather entered the tower. Confused and concerned, the party thought that they would try again tomorrow. Calling past Yersin's mechanics and picking up their clockwork cat, the party returned to the Warden's Playhouse to get some rest for the night. John was returned to the webbed entity's lair, where she continued to threaten the party, stating that the deal had been made, and due to John's meddling, she would be taking Ali's souls as well as the soul of another party member, no matter what. Meanwhile, Zil was awoken by the voice in his head, once again asking for help and crying out in pain. Seeing an orange glow coming from the window, Zil looked out to see Master Fanwell's tower up in flames. Seeing that there wasn't much he could do at this point, he went back to sleep and would go investigate the tower in the morning. Standing amongst the charred remains of Fanwell's tower, Charpok managed to spot a small silver lockbox hidden amongst the rubble. Opening it, the party found a letter from Fanwell addressed to Zil. Fanwell explained to Zil in the letter that the contents of the box were to help the party and that he was going to be gone for a while. The party found various magical items within the lockbox, which were split up throughout the party. Finishing up at Fanwell's tower, the party made their way to the castle in an attempt to infiltrate its depths. Arriving at the gates, Zil managed to convince the guard that he was a visiting representative from Terra Markina and that the king had requested him. With the help of the party telepathically relaying information to him and some good old Zil charm, he managed to fool the guard and get the party inside. Making their way to the throne room, the party entered and made their way to the large, ornate throne that sat at the end of the hall. John, however, upon entering the room, saw countless invisible beings that lined the walls of this hall. These faceless beings, seemingly not hostile, stood along the walls, not seeming to notice the party. Arriving at the throne, Zil's urges got the better of him, and he sat down in it. Immediately feeling a similar sensation, Zil realized that the Aylmore throne was also the spell gemmer helm of Shalagoth. Zil attempted to reach out to the entity that had been speaking to him, and it responded. Zil asked where the entity was, and it responded by offering to show them. Suddenly, the chair began moving slowly backwards, revealing a hidden passage underneath. The session ended with the party making their way into the murky depths beneath Shalagoth. End scene.
Thank you for that. Bonus action, Jackson. Yeah, so that's where we're going to continue. You all kind of begin to descend the stairs that seemingly lead into the darkness below the castle. As still air hangs and an uneasy feeling spreads between you all. The stairs seemingly go on forever, winding left and right like a serpent. You guys want to have any kind of talk?
Is this a good plan? To just go into the bowels of the castle?
Well, I mean, we're already in here. If you want to turn back, we can.
Alright, see Zoth, come with me.
I am concerned that this was a little too easy.
Well,
Yes, I
Where
also
are
agree.
where are the guards to the throne? To the Spelljammer's hell? That's interesting.
Almost
That's a
like
good
Well-
point.
we were meant to be lured here.
Well,
I think
just as stupid to turn back now.
Yeah, we're
I
already
think
here.
that our best option is to press ahead. I don't think this. You didn't hear the voice of this thing that spoke to me in its head. I don't think it was being coerced. I think it sounded desperate. It sounded like it required my help or our help.
And
Right.
to be fair, like if you think about it, whoever's on the throne or the Spelljammer itself knows where everything is and where everyone is, right? So maybe the voice knew that Noah would be there at the exact moments that we got here.
We can hope.
Well, like John said, I think it's too late to turn back now. We've already committed, and I think we can handle ourselves if anything were to come up.
Think we can break out of prison?
Yeah.
Well,
Have you seen me with a lock?
Like I checked not long ago, the spell jammer, our spell jammer, is waiting for us, ready to go. We can simply board it and take off. Payment has been settled for the upgrades. Everything is good to go. If we need to, we can. We have a way to make a quick escape.
All right. Down the stairs we go, I guess. And I guess if we have trouble knowing like time frames and everything, we have a moving and talking clock. Turn the soul.
My mute wouldn't turn off.
That's for a reason.
I am much more than a clock, but
I was going to say.
that is your mistake.
That is going to tell us exactly the time.
Yeah, well,
I'm more than a moving clock, but the exact time is.
no, I completely agree. You're a moving, talking clock that brings us warmth. It's
That can-
fantastic.
That can shoot fireballs.
Yeah, you can melt me in a second. Don't mean to offend. Anyway,
You guys hear like a small yip. And as you like turn around, you see Ophelia going down the stairs backwards, like doing the whole like legs hanging off, trying to reach the bottom of the stair, and then do it like touching the stair, and then kind of scooting back a little bit, and then like putting her hind legs again off the back of the stairs, like just slowly making her way down to you guys.
alright, follow Ophelia's lead. I'll do the exact same thing.
As you guys reach
right.
the bottom of the stairs, you can't help but feel a malevolent presence stalking you like a predator stalking its prey. You all reach a corridor that is only about 10 foot wide, made up of darkened stone bricks. The ceiling is about 15 foot high. And let's go into a map.
A map, you say? Interesting.
Just
There
a
won't
fun
be-
little map.
There won't be any combat in this section at all.
Just for convenience.
Just for your
A dungeon.
convenience.
Oh, I'm not looking.
So, you guys see this this corridor that extends about 20 feet in front, and then goes to the left-hand side.
You said it was 10 feet wide.
Yeah, it's about 10 feet wide.
Okay, so we can.
It
Walk.
just looks smaller on the map.
Yeah.
Can Ophelia and I have uppies on Azoth, please?
Definitely can. You now are uppied.
Upbeat. Write that in your
upbeat,
status
and
section
we
on
have-
D&D
Yeah,
Beyond.
Actually,
Upbeat.
Milky.
Custom condition.
Milky.
Upbeed.
We've been milkied and upbeat.
We're Milky and uppied. Good to go.
Who is leading the party?
Is it dark here? Like, or can we still see?
It is dark, yes. Those without dark vision are having trouble.
Oh, I've also not looked into
I will
this
bring
either.
up my little fireball.
Cool. So now with Soul's Light, you guys can see the corridor ahead.
I am going to produce flame in my hand and then just hold it because, yay, I can use spells.
Yeah. Cool.
Soul's like,
Instead
also
of
bring up the drift globe.
yeah, instead of the normal fire that you see John, like I said last time he used it, it's almost like a dancing like nebula. So it's giving off all manner of different like pinks, purples, yellows, reds. It's not just a standard light.
wow, so pretty.
So you guys can see that corridor ahead. What do you guys want to do?
Stand perfectly still and do nothing.
I don't know
Okay.
how to walk back up
Yeah.
the stairs.
I concur.
Forge on ahead, I suppose, if the
Cool.
party agrees.
Carefully.
Sweet.
Check
Yes,
out
carefully.
board,
Not
traps and whatnot.
not doing a Dazu and just being like, yes, I will open the door without checking for traps.
Cool. Then I'll need somebody to do a trap check for me.
Which is what perception?
A
Probably-
investigation.
Probably
Investigation.
rogue.
I'm just
yeah.
trying to still get into D&D Beyond. Give me one moment.
One mento.
One mento. One Mentos.
So,
What flavor?
hang on. Mint, always.
Ah, Fruity Tooties, where it's at.
Ew, mint.
That was extreme. What am I doing? Perception?
I bet you're one of those people that
Investigation.
have mint Tic Tacs
Investigation.
and not the orange ones.
Nah, orange Tic Tacs.
Orange-
That's not where it's at.
That's where
Orange
it's
Tic
at.
Tacs. No, orange Tic Tacs are foul. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, but
Thank
we
you.
all
We had
all know
teamed
you
up on
already don't have taste, hence the Lazel thing.
Some would say that I have extreme taste. My taste buds are so sensitive.
You've got so much of a
He's
taste
a
that
super
it just
taster.
doubles back around into bad taste.
Yeah, it's like a globe.
That is a 29 on investigation.
Cool.
Huge.
Checking around,
Completely
you
excited.
don't see anything that would resemble a trap. Coming up to this corner, do you guys turn the corner?
Yeah. How long do I get to keep that investigation check?
I'm going to keep it for
They
a
say
little
long
bit.
time
A little bit.
because
yeah.
that was really cool. It was a 19.
As you guys come around a corner, you see directly in front of you this small little corridor, probably about 20 feet in front, 10 feet in front, opens up and becomes what looks to be a small room. The corridor then extends further down, and you see at the end of this long run, for anybody that has dark vision, you see this slow pulsating blue colored light in the back. Also having a look, you do also see blood stains that seemingly go from about halfway through this chamber in front of you all the way down the hallway. Continuing to check for traps, you find nothing as you head into this room, which looks like this. So you see, let me just get rid of a wall because it's screwing with the thing. So, what you see is a large, to one side, a large, what looks to be some sort of cell, that, what am I doing? That has a couple of beds in it. You see, two beds in there. There are bones scattered all over the floor inside that cell. And you can make out a single man in the bottom right corner, currently in a fetal position, just kind of like rocking back and forth. This is an iron gated cell. Turning around, you do also see a small desk with a few writing implements, and a large statue, to one side of the room. What do you guys want to do? You also see the bloodstains smear from about halfway in this chamber, and then continue down that hallway. Zil?
I'd like to attempt to make my way into the cell and make contact with the guy that's in the fetal position.
Cool. So
Do
the
you
cell
want to go in the cell?
the cell
Just,
door
like,
is
near it.
closed and locked.
It's locked. Okay. Well, then can I try and through the bars, try and make contact with this guy?
You
Just be
definitely
like,
can.
"Yo, what's good?"
You just hear him like muttering nonsensical words to himself, rocking back and forth in the corner.
I'm like nodding my head, like, yes, I've seen this plenty of times before. That was me, like 3 days ago.
Sharpbox yes, much to think about. I am going to cast Detect Thoughts, but using my psionic sorcery. So I use my sorcery points rather than my spell slot.
Yep.
I'm going to cast. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just cast it as a normal spell at the second level.
Cool.
So I cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Cool. So you're casting Detect Thoughts. The surface level stuff is, took my friends, about to take me, must survive, need to escape. And you just get like this frantic, concerned energy.
I would
just
like
coming off
to
him.
probe deeper.
Cool. What do I need to roll? A wisdom, right?
Intelligence. No,
Intelligence.
wait. If you probe it, wisdom saving throw.
Cool. It fails. What exactly does probing deeper get you?
You gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms. Oh wait, no, sorry. It has to make a. Wait. Oh no, sorry. You gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind. If it succeeds, oh yeah.
Cool.
Either way, the target knows.
So you get a flash of images plus a little bit of
Mhm.
audio. So
Okay.
the first flash of an image is a spelljammer touching down on Shalagoth. You see this individual walking towards a large group of what look to be royal guards, with King Bryce standing at the front. He's got his hands out like this, and he's like, "Oh, welcome to Shalagoth. And please join us at the castle for a banquet for your arrival." You then get another flash of him in this cell, him being thrown into this cell. You then get another flash of his crewmates being dragged out one by King Bryce.
Okay, interesting.
Some of them not seemingly alive.
Cellmates being dragged out. Okay, interesting. I will stop concentrating on the spell.
Cool.
So I feel like I've gleaned all I can. And I want to relay the information back to the party and just be like, this poor man is a prisoner of King Bryce's. He arrived on Shalagoth, I can only assume, not too long ago. And
Speaking out loud, right?
now that you
like a trap.
now that you specify that,
I'm just assuming you're doing it out loud. At the sound
Say
of
you
your
do.
voice, the man like stops and stiffens.
Okay.
Right, I get it.
I'm going to mentally link myself to Charpok, who can then relay my message to everyone else in the party, and just basically say, "This man touched out on Shalagoth not long ago.
This man touched Shalagoth not long ago.
He met with the current King Bryce and the guards.
He met with Cunt Bryce.
I'm not going to correct that because he is a cunt. He was then thrown into the cell,
Thrown into
And-
cell.
and then he remembers his cellmates being dragged out of the cell one by one, some of them seemingly not alive.
See this blood on the floor? Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
John.
John?
I'm gonna look where the statue is and around where all the writing apparatus, I think you said, was.
Yeah, so there's a small writing desk.
Yeah, I'll have a look, just to shuffle through the notes and
Yeah, make a perception or investigation check for me. Probably investigation.
yeah, investigation I would have picked anyway. 15.
15. So kind of going through the notes, there's not very much in the ways of actual like notes. It seems to be like just maybe a couple of blank bits of paper in ink with a quill. Definitely looks like a spot where they would write notes, but it seems like whatever they've written has been taken elsewhere. You do kind of assess the statue and you see this large, almost not exactly demonic, but like it was definitely not of this realm. Whatever this statue is depicting, a humanoid clad in complete armor. You can see it has like these large horns.
It's not familiar to me.
You can make a history check.
Ooh, that's a probably not. It's 11.
Not familiar to you. Charpok?
I'll ask Soul, mate. So, question. Your fire skull thing. Can you ask that to go wherever it wants?
Within range, yes.
Do you think it can go down the hole?
That would depend on the depth of the hole, I guess.
I mean, the hole, not hole.
You are very hard to understand, Insect Man.
Hole! H-A-double-L!
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yes. And then I'll just apparate him 30 feet down the hallway.
Okay, cool. You're
Not that I'm scared or
fire
anything,
spirit,
but-
correct?
Yes.
Cool. So you guys see a massive amount of flame just kind of engulf and apparates about 30 foot down the hallway. I'll move him a little bit more in a sec. You see a split in the road, one way leading off to the right, one leading off to the left. So to the east way, if you're looking at the map, north, south, east, west, to the east way, there seemingly follows the blood tracks in the floor and leads to a smallish chamber that you can only just get a small visual of, and you see like a lot of blood pooled in this area. Continuing to the south way, you see it seems to open up towards this, like towards that slow glowing blue light. And then to the west way, the corridor continues out and then kind of snakes up and around.
I'm gonna just slowly walk to the eastern path.
Cool. As you're kind of going, Ali's still checking for traps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to be amiss, and nothing seems to create any like drama or issues. As you guys come into this room, you see something quite horrid. So the floor is literally almost covered in blood. It is pooling in certain spots. There is a small vent that it seems to be pooling around, which seems to be clogged with congealed blood. There's a small bed covered in blood stains. There is a pile of wrapped dead bodies to the north of this chamber. There is a single wheelchair absolutely covered with blood stains. And yeah, you also note that there are shackles and surgical tools hung on the wall at the back underneath this large puddle of blood.
So you said the bodies were wrapped?
They are wrapped, yes.
One of them is already being unwrapped by Chopper.
Cool. So you see a human individual, man, completely pale. He has been dead for quite some time.
This is fucking foul. Bryce is fucking sicker than I thought.
Looking at this face, looking at the face, do I recognize it, or does it look familiar to me at all?
You can make a history check.
I love them.
I think that King Bryce is losing a lot of his attractive score right now, just by the way.
Well,
He's yucky.
13.
I'm glad you're finally coming around to my way of thinking.
Yuck.
It does not ring a bell with you, no.
I'm going to unwrap all the faces. Just go through them and start unraveling the faces to see if anyone is familiar to anyone.
I was going to say, John's just going to stand behind him and just keep a track on anything. And
I'm
also
like-
make sure nothing's moving while he's doing it.
Cool.
While
There
this
is
is happening,
nothing
Zilla's like-
definitely moving.
Zilla's like sick to his stomach. He's like, can we not have some form of sanctity for the dead?
I mean, no one is really sanctifying them now, so why bother?
Make another history check for me, and I'll do this. I'll let this one slide for all of them.
Can I give advantage to John?
You can, but
'Cause I
the
have
DC
nothing.
changes because you're helping him recall whether they are familiar to him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
So
is
the
it higher for
information,
him?
not necessarily the DC
Mind.
changes, but it changes the information that you might glean. Because
Fuck it,
obviously,
let's both do one.
Yeah, we'll both do one.
Natural 20 though.
Cool.
22.
Cool.
Mm.
So total of what?
Natural 20. I
Yeah.
don't have anything.
Oh, okay, cool. John, you like scanning these faces, scanning these bodies. None of them seem familiar to you whatsoever, except for one of the individuals, which you swear you've seen in the Shalagoth Square when you guys first arrived. But you can't know for certain because it's like you see so many faces. It's like the dream faces, you know what I mean? Like it's an amalgamation.
It's
of a whole
like
bunch of
as in
stuff.
like a person I might have seen walking past or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. As Charpok, as you kind of go over them, one of the faces brings a flash into your brain, and you see them talking to Haku. Look, seemingly selling goods.
Don't recognize the voice or anything? No reflections in this flash?
No.
Okay. That one I will unravel and just see if there's anything of notice on the entire body, I guess.
Yeah, cool. So investigation check for me.
Cool. I'm still not good at that. Oh, what am I doing? I should be guiding everything.
Guidance. I cast guidance.
Guide me. 17.
17, cool. Kind of going through the body, as you unwrap it, you notice it's in somewhat of fine clothing. It's very, what would you call it? Merchant-like clothing. So it's got like hues of purples, and it's very like presentery, almost as if like showing off almost, which a lot of merchants generally will wear. You find a small bag of coins on him, which has 37 gold pieces in it.
Give me gold. I'll take that.
Yoink.
You
Charpok seems to say.
You do also find a small note that is covered in blood and very hard to read, because it's like dried, like it's almost inked the whole page red. Gathering from what you can from the note, you definitely believe that this gentleman was a merchant that would often travel between systems selling his goods. Joining that with the flash that you saw of the image, you would know him to be somebody that has had a conversation with Haku, has sold his stuff to Haku before.
Is any of the writing legible? Even just like a single word or two?
It is legible. It looks like a note of, I guess, acceptance into a merchant guild on
Okay,
Shalagoth. And it's
I
signed.
shake it.
It's signed by King Bryce.
It's signed
What a
by
fucking
King
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I just shake it off a little bit like a wet towel, see if any blood gets off, and then I just kind of, pocket it.
You make an origami crane out of it.
But with 4 arms, so it's very quickly.
Yeah. Cool. What does everybody else want to do?
I'd like to leave this. I was
Push
going to
forward a
say,
little bit.
yeah, I want to leave this room as soon as possible. I agree with Soul.
I'm going down.
Going down? Cool.
Yeah.
As you guys move down this corridor, checking for traps as you go, nothing seems amiss. You get to this small chamber at the end. what you see are the bloodstains on the floor kind of continue into this room and kind of swerve off to one side of this large tentacled mass in the center that almost seems to like hum in a slight blue color. You notice that there are large black, purplish black, inky tentacles in each of the corners of this room. And there is a large, ornate, slightly opaque mirror on the west wall.
I would like
Send my
to.
wildfire spirit to touch the tentacle thing.
As he kind of reaches out, it seemingly reaches out to it and wraps its arm around the wildfire spirit. And then, like, obviously the fire of the wildfire spirit kind of like makes it recoil slightly off back into the massive tentacles.
I inspect the mirror. What's going on with there?
You definitely can. Walking over to the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself. Before
What?
the glass seemingly disappears.
Oh, okay.
And you see a small corridor and a stone wall. And when I say small, I mean it is 5 foot by 5 foot. It is a small square thing, and there is stone on the other side. It was locked to his face.
Did you
Wow.
unlock?
Biometric lock.
Yeah.
Can I step through?
Yep, you
I'm
definitely
going to be
can.
standing right on the opposite side of the mirror, just in case something like holding a reaction to try and grab him if something happens.
Cool. Stepping through. This is what you see. So you see multiple fire-lit braziers. No, sorry, that's the wrong room. You see tendrils.
Give me a second.
Tendrils covering the walls, all stemming from a large statue on the north wall. A large glowing green magic sigil is on the floor underneath a table. Atop this table is a humanoid figure that has had its stomach opened and has tentacles coming out of its stomach. Bookshelves line the walls to the south, and you can see a small stone desk covered in papers and books on the west wall, next to an identical mirror from the last chamber.
I'm going to go to the books and then just start skimming through the books to see if there's anything that might relate to, like, and if there's like, especially if there's notes on something that's happening.
Yeah, cool.
Or any basic description about what the entity is.
So you're going to the
All does the
bookshelves.
What was that? Sorry.
So John's doing bookshelves. Sol is also doing bookshelves. Cool. Investigation checks if I can, please.
Hells yeah, natural 1. I'm kidding, natural 20.
Yeah.
25. Wait, 20. Yeah, 25.
Awesome. Sol.
16.
My grandmother.
Grandmother.
You guys kind of skimming these books, having a look at a couple of them. You see a grouping of texts and tomes, all holding seemingly various different bits of information. You see a journal that is marked the Aylmore Kingdom. You see a you also see what could be considered as a whole bunch of forbidden texts.
Definitely grabbing those.
Put this in the
Foreboding.
bag.
There is quite a lot here.
We
I
got a
take
bag.
them mentally.
Yeah.
What's the journal
I
called?
pirate
Sorry.
them.
The journal is called the Aylmore Kingdom.
In that case, I'm gonna just grab the journal.
Cool. Pulling the journal off the wall, you see a small sealed envelope drop from one of the pages. Picking up the envelope, you see it addressed to Prince Bryce Aylmore II, and it is sealed.
Zill, if you're not busy, this might be for you.
Okay. Zill is going to kind of approach John and kind of he's going to take the envelope and I guess stare at it, look at it for a little while, unsure as to what to do next. Not sure whether he's going to open it or kind of just throw it away. But in the end, he's going to open it. I will open the envelope.
You see a handwritten note.
Sorry, give me a second. I need to write this down.
There's quite a lot. I can send it to you as a message afterwards. It reads...
Yes, please. I would like that.
It reads, My dearest son, by the time you read this, you will most likely know the dreaded secret of our family lineage. You fled so quickly when I showed you the creature planted on my chest. You didn't give me time to explain fully. These creatures have plagued our bloodline for quite some time. Originally, your ancestors wanted power, and by using this creature, sees it throughout the system. My father wanted this, and wanted me to continue this trend. I had all intentions of continuing his reign to a way that he would be proud. That was until I met your mother. She changed me, much more than this creature ever could. And then after a little bit, we were married and you were born. The creature wanted me to taint you straight away, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. From that day, I started having second thoughts about this whole deal our ancestors had struck. I decided I wouldn't help any longer. I began losing my powers. What was once given was taken away from me. But I did not mind. I had you and your mother. I vowed to protect you and teach you as much as I could about the system in hopes that when you came of age, you would be able to help me rid the system of this thing. I hope that you come back soon and I can hand you this letter in person. Proud of you. Love your father, King Bryce Aylmore.
Holy fuck. Zill is like visible tears streaming down his face.
It's all right. It's just a piece of paper.
He's not going to share what the piece of paper said with the rest of the party.
Who was it from?
It was from my father.
Seeing his reaction, I'm going to hold the journal out and go, perhaps then this might be more important to you.
Zill will take it and say, yeah, thank you. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. I will...
Yeah, you hear that, Sharpock?
Yeah.
What?
Zill's going to kind of tuck that letter away in like a pocket, like a safe place. And he's going to take the journal and put it in his backpack.
Yeah, cool.
He's kind of like gathering himself now. He's like, all right, well,
Sol, roll me a d20.
$15.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh.
Sweet. With that, we are going to go to break for the first time tonight. So bear with us a little bit. Give us a few minutes. We're gonna take a break. Get up, stretch your legs, get something to eat, get something to drink, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. And we will be back very soon. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for bearing with us during that small break. We are going to continue where we left off with Zill reading a note from his since deceased father, and the guy's kind of skulking around this room. So let's continue. What do you guys want to do?
First of all, I would like to investigate what is going on this altar.
Cool. So you approach this humanoid figure that is on this altar. One of the first things you notice is the skin is completely black, the same color as those inky purplish black tendrils. You see
charcoal.
tendrils currently like moving slightly coming out of its chest cavity. And you see a small gem implanted into its forehead.
Oh.
Is the gem familiar?
It is. Instantly, you recognize it as something Vi used to have implanted in her forehead.
Interesting.
How did I get here?
Can I inspect the body further? Like inspect the gem, see if I can feel any sort of like any specific sort of magic coming from it?
Yep. As you kind of approach the gem itself, you don't necessarily feel anything except this like menacing darkness, whatever these tendrils are.
Sure.
You feel a very similar connection, which is that of the entity that you have connected with previously.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Can I? I'm not sure if I'm going to regret this, but can I reach out and touch the body?
You definitely can. Whereabouts do you touch it?
Just on its like shoulder or its arm. On its
Cool.
pee-pee.
When you touch the shoulder, the body reacts. The hand quickly lifts up and snaps to your hand, holding your hand.
Oh.
Cute.
Do
Its
I
head
feel?
slowly turns to look in your direction. You notice it has no eyes in its sockets. It is just a sunken hole. And there seems to be almost like tentacles coming out of the eyes, just like making little movements.
Do I feel anything? Do I hear anything? Or is it just snap to look at me?
It's just snaps to look at you.
Can I like pull my hand back?
You definitely can. And the body goes limp.
Well, I would recommend against touching any of the tentacles or anything here. I did not get a good feeling from that.
John?
Sol, would would I be able to just grab Bai's gem for a moment?
I'll hand it over.
And I'm like gonna keep a relative distance away, but then hold the gem relative over the entity's head to see if the gem itself reacts to the other one.
It doesn't react whatsoever, but you notice it is the exact same color, the exact same shape, the exact same size.
I'm going to command my wildfire spirit to try and pry it out of its head.
Cool. The wildfire spirit like lurches over near its head. As it puts its hand into the body, you guys begin to smell this putrid smell. Like I'm talking like rotten flesh burning, like filling this chamber. The wildfire spirit digs its hand in and the body does not react whatsoever and then unsockets the gem from its forehead. Yeah.
It was so
legit.
fucking
Wait,
loud. Yeah, literally. Bwop.
Would you like Bai's gem back, or would you want me to hold so we know which one's which?
That is probably a good plan to keep them separate. You hang on to Vice. I will take this one.
And then I'm just gonna stow it. Stow that one away again.
Cool. Jarvok?
I'm gonna go to the altar, just not right up to it, but like just looking up at it and looking around it. Would Sharpok have ever come across something like this or heard of something like this in his time in the hive mind, just scattering his brain across different consciousness?
You can make a history check.
God, I really should have been proficient in history. Guidance. 13.
Cool. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, fuck.
Oof. Rough.
5.
Instant migraine. And you hear a familiar voice.
No, I
There
don't.
you are.
I don't.
No, not.
I promise. I swear. I've got a VPN on.
A brain VPN.
Yeah, I've got a brain VPN.
Okay,
Oh,
I
Jesus.
sit down and I just stare at the ground for a bit.
Cool. Zill?
I would like to approach the other mirror on the other side of the room.
Cool. Approaching the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself, and then it fades. You see another small 5 foot by 5 foot square, and then another stone wall on the opposite side.
I'd like to step through.
And I'm going to do the same thing, just at the entrance.
Cool.
John and I hold hands.
Before we do that, is
Just
anybody else doing anything in this room?
I'm gonna just like scuff or scratch out part of the like insignia thing on the floor.
Okay, cool. You go to scratch and notice it's not corporeal.
Good to know.
Cool.
Some would say it's incorporeal.
Some would say
It's lacking corporeal.
it's lacking
Corporealation.
the porials. Okay, so heading into this small chamber, and then stepping through the wall, you see a long corridor that heads both north and south from where your current position is. You see all these small little red sigils all over the floor. They all glow with different intensities and kind of at different times. You see another matching statue to the one in the previous room in the far room to the north. As you look to the corridor to the south, you see an almost seemingly endless tunnel heading straight. Zill?
Could I kind of like try and reach out with my, innate magical ability and try and reach out to the symbols that are glowing on the floor and kind of decipher what they mean?
Yeah, you definitely can try.
Yep.
So do you want to do an arcana for me?
Sure.
Because it's magic.
My arcana's not great, but we slay on. That's a 14.
14, cool. They seem like warding sigils,
Interesting.
almost as if
I
trying to keep
also-
something at bay.
I also relay this information to the party. Well, shall we head north, I suppose? To this.
Yes. Sorry, I'm running.
Send the spirit out in front.
Mm.
Cool. You send the spirit out in front. It essentially sees multiple firelit braziers in the corners of this room. There are 3 large statues, each one depicting unknown creatures. One of them familiar, as it was in that previous secret room you guys found. There is obviously those red glowing sigils that lead back to where you guys stepped out of the wall. You kind of have to descend a couple of steps in order to get into this area, if that makes sense. But that's more or less what you guys see.
Are any of the entities familiar?
You can make a history check.
Dirty 20.
Cool. None of them are familiar to you, no.
Sweet.
Do
They seemingly they're not familiar to you in the way that you could be like, oh, that's what that is. This is what this is. But you've seen creatures similar to these before. Essentially at the creation of time.
Oh yeah, you know that thing we're all around.
Oh yeah. It is
Yeah,
the
no
Big
biggie.
Bang, you know.
Yeah.
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 The Biggie
Trouble.
Smalls.
I vaguely recognize these creatures, but they are uh, even almost older than me.
And you are how old?
I'm gonna continue to say 40.
I'm
So they're like
40.
50 years old.
Behemoth.
I
Beelzebub.
I am several
Asmodeus.
thousand years old.
Satanus. Lucifer.
Sorry.
I don't-
Um,
Several
I-
thousand years old?
Yes, even longer perhaps. Time is a bit funny when you've lived as long as I have, but
So like not
flex.
40.
uh,
40 million is what he means.
yeah,
40 trillion. 40 trillion years
it
old.
could easily be that high. But I'm talking beginning of time, eras where these creatures roamed.
Charbog?
They roam, not just statues.
I'll wait until this is over.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just sensed a pause and was like,
Yeah.
Sorry, that's kind of a little scary to me.
Yes, it's a very long time ago, so the memory is vague, but yes, they were roaming, but their details are long forgotten.
Okay, that is kind of blown my mind a little bit.
Charbog?
Charbok.
Sorry. Looking on the floor at all these symbols and everything, I keep on doing a double take to Azoth, and any of the symbols look familiar, as in like what he would have written on his sword or anything.
As in you, Charpok, are doing this, or Azoth is doing this?
I'm not controlling Azoth. Like, I'm
Okay.
looking at the symbols on the ground, and I'm looking at Azoth, trying to remember if I've seen any of these.
Some of
that
them
he's
seem
done.
very reminiscent.
Azoth?
Yeah.
You understand some of this?
Yeah, they're all symbols.
You've... Accurate, yeah.
That's-
but
yeah, spot on.
you've some of these look like the same that you've done. Like, right?
I mean, that one looks similar. And he points at one at the floor.
What does it say? So
It's
you're
not
telling
a
me-
language.
So you're telling me this entire time you've just been drawing random things and making yourself bigger, smaller, freaking saving people from critical hits, if that's the actual thing in this world. You have no idea what they mean?
They look pretty. That's what we've been doing this whole time.
Yeah, they look pretty.
So you've been scribbling,
We
doodling.
both have.
Can I insight a Zoth?
Sure.
Me too.
Guidance.
That's a natural one.
Oh. That's a 24.
Cool. So yes, Azoth is pretty much telling the truth. From my understanding of it, he has these symbols in his head. He doesn't know where they
Just
came
in his
from.
head.
They just seem to have apparated somehow.
Okay. Thinking to myself.
If I remember
Right.
correctly. I could be wrong, which we'll fix when Drooby Doo is here. But
Okay.
at this point in time, I believe they just kind of came to him.
I can
Okay.
know him messaging him to the DNA, so.
Well,
maybe.
Just mentally thinking out loud and kind of like letting Zill listen in. Like, might need someone to probe into his mind later.
Well, you've got your guy right here.
I'm done.
Zil?
Can I kind of like I have done in the past, through reaching out to this entity, can I kind of like expand my, can I kind of push out and try and contact this entity while we're down here?
You
And
definitely
just
can.
specifically while we're at this altar, and just be like, what's happening with this? What's this?
Make me a spellcasting ability check.
Okay.
So I believe that's his charisma plus
Charisma?
your proficiency.
Plus proficiency.
Yeah.
It's a +9.
Yeah.
Wowza. It's a dirty 20.
Cool. You reach out and you feel a connection, like almost closing your eyes out of instinct, trying to reach out through your power. You feel a connection clink, almost as if it's made a connection. And then everybody hears a voice echo from the chamber to the south. And you just hear, "Help me!"
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously everyone knows.
Is the chamber dark? The south?
The corridor, as it extends, gets darker and darker, yes.
Would you say that, like, naturally I'd be able to see 120 feet down there?
Yes, you can see 120
Okay.
feet down there, and then
Never
it
mind.
disappears into darkness.
Okay.
Is it like the infinite staircase from Super Mario 64?
Almost, except it's not a
I'm gonna-
staircase. It's a
I'm gonna have to
corridor.
do my backwards long jump to get through the infinite staircase. Okay, well, I guess I would like to head south if everyone agrees. If everyone's okay with that.
Aye.
Weapons drawn.
Can
Hell.
I have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, I'll leave it.
I did that to Reese today. At Central, I was like, hell.
No one understands.
Cool. You guys head down this corridor. As you guys kind of head just past that wall, that you've walked into the corridor from, you begin to see little small patches of these inky black purplish tentacles. As the hallway extends further and further and further. This is a little bit of a visual aid for those that want to know. The ceiling seemingly like gets higher and higher, creating these almost cathedral-like entryways at every like 50 to 60 feet as you guys move through this area. Do you guys continue?
Yeah, I guess.
Cool.
I am going to be stealthing 15 feet behind the party.
Cool.
I'm going to be roughly towards the front of the party.
Um,
I will be at the front of the party.
As you guys continue, you continue to see those small masses of inky black tentacles growing from beneath the stone bricks, like small patches of grass in an open field. The small sigils on the floor dimly light your passage ahead and continue on, giving everything like this faint red hue. Not enough to be able to see super far into the distance, but enough to know where the floor is, if that makes sense. This corridor seemingly continues for miles and miles. It stretches further and further into the darkness ahead. Yes, John?
I was just going to say, I am just, because it's quite dark, we can't quite see anything. I'm just going to keep ears out, in case I hear an odd noise ahead of us, and I'll activate the astral mask as soon as I hear an odd noise in front of us.
Cool, make a perception check. And I'm still going with Arlie checking for traps as you guys move.
Yes, sweet. That is dirty 20, I believe.
Cool. So you're listening out. You don't hear anything other than the slightly echoed footsteps of you and your compatriots.
Yeah, and I'm deactivating the produce flame, so there's not so much light.
Cool. Zil?
I've got two things. One, could I please make a perception check to see if the runes on the floor are repeating, like in the same pattern?
Yeah. Make a perception.
Clear them up. Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Saturnus. That's a dirty 20.
Cool. Yes, they do repeat.
They are repeating. Okay.
Yeah.
Second thing, I would like to.
Their patterns are repeating.
Yeah, so it's like the same
Groupings
runes in the
of-
same spots. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I would like to
Rage.
reach out once again. I would like to rage.
Yeah.
I'd like to reach out once again, like I did in the statue room, and kind of try and, I guess, force. I'm assuming I would have realized, yes, it's an illusion. Like, we're seeing the same things repeating over and over. We're just walking forever. And if we were to turn around, we would be back in the hallway much sooner than when we, than the length of time that we've walked down this hallway for. I'd like to kind of reach out once again with my, my innate
Mental
connection
connectivity.
connection to the magic.
Yep.
That surrounds us, and kind of try and break through the illusion or contact this being and be like, help us get through to help you, sort of thing.
Cool. I'll just go with the same check as earlier because it's somewhat
Okay.
still close enough.
Mhm.
You reach out using your Riz.
My Riz.
Your Riz.
My orism.
To find it is not an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an illusion. Okay, interesting.
As you guys have traveled, you turn back and see the corridor of darkness with a faint glimpse, slowly getting smaller and smaller in the distance of a lit chamber.
Big room.
Interesting.
Testing this, because obviously you would probably bring this to the group and test it. As you move through the chamber, you are physically moving in space down the chamber. This is just a
Interesting.
hell of a fucking long chamber corridor.
Okay. Interesting.
I am going to just produce flame and hurl the flame, and I'm going to just toss it as far down the hallway the way we came,
Yep.
as far as I can, to see if I notice anything changes as the light travels through the opening.
No. It's a long
I guess
corridor.
it's just a long corridor.
It's a long corridor.
I guess I just keep heading
Cool.
the direction that we were going.
After traveling for a good few hours.
Hours?
You eventually
Fucking hell.
come to an end of this corridor.
Hell.
What faces you can only be described as something seen in nightmares.
Oh god.
So excited
Here we
to see
go.
this.
We're just excited to see what you're.
Aw.
She's cute.
Oh, beautiful.
Puppies?
So what you see pressed up against the stone wall in front of you is a large mass of these previously seen tentacles attached to a grim face of some sort of creature. The creature itself looks like it's in pain and moves slightly as a draft wafts in from behind you. This large mass of tentacles seemingly is chained against the wall. Below the face is a passage that leads into this creature.
Again, familiar.
No. I mean, you can make a history check, but the DC is ridiculously high. Zil?
I do it. Fuck it.
What's that? 18.
No. You do not recognize it. Zil?
Could I, as I'm assuming we're walking through to enter this creature, could I reach out and kind of not grasp, but kind of place my hand on one of these tentacles that I see?
Consent.
As
I
you
consent.
reach out to touch the
Distinct
tentacle,
consent.
it kind of reaches out towards you, and then wraps its inky black mass around your arm, almost like a vine. And everybody in the chamber just hears, "Help me!"
Okay.
I'm going to have my
Okay.
hand on the back of Zil just in case.
Just get pulled backwards.
You
Um,
do begin to feel it slightly tugging your arm.
Okay, I pull my arm back, and I guess urge the party to head onwards.
Cool. So you guys head underneath this face of the creature into a chamber beneath.
Yes, Captain.
I'm going to chuck the drift globe behind me and command word it.
Cool.
I forgot what the command word was.
Hail.
Oh well. Now it is
Hail.
sure. And it just floats 60 feet behind me.
Cool. As you guys step into this chamber, and the light kind of fills the area, you are immediately greeted by the sounds of squelching at your feet. Let's activate this. So, what you guys see is a almost like a mass, this kind of circular at the top, squarish chamber that is covered head to toe in these inky black tentacles. As you guys kind of move around the space, these tentacles like move and sway with you, almost trying to reach out. Looking ahead, you see in the center a larger mass of these glowing blue tentacles that seemingly are fixed together, creating this large span that goes all the way to the ceiling. It rhythmically hums as you kind of get closer to it. You notice in this dark room, the walls and ceilings are covered in the tentacles you saw from outside the chamber. They move with every step you take inside. The glowing mass has what seems to be machines attached to its surface. Cables lie haphazardly on the floor, connecting these machines. To one side, you see a small stone desk with multiple small gems sitting atop it, as well as a machine that looks like it would be fabricating these. Since silence fills the room while you have time to look around.
Is this center thing like a beating mass of
It
tentacles,
looks-
or it's got glowing stuff?
It looks, think of it like a heart. It looks like a heart of these tentacles.
Okay.
They seemingly move together but are separate, and they rhythmically hum in unison.
Okay.
Sol?
I would like to assess the machine, specifically the crystal on top of it,
Yep.
and then also see if it would be difficult and or wise to remove said crystal to stop this thing doing whatever it's doing.
Cool.
Maybe we should investigate before doing anything.
Make
That's
an
what I'm
investigation
doing.
check.
I don't want to just pull.
Yeah, I was going to say, does the generator look like it's feeding power to the heart, or it's taking power from the
It's-
heart? Can I make that sort of?
You can make an investigation check.
It's called
14.
14. Actually, no,
19.
John, for yours is an intelligence check.
No. 15.
15. So Sol, looking at it, it is definitely, it's powering this machine. It is a very similar blue power cell gem that you guys have seen in the past. Something that seemingly powers a lot of the machinery and a lot of like tech. Looking at it, if you were to remove it, it would probably blow. John, with that intelligence check, you notice that it is supplying power to the machines that seemingly are strapped to multiple positions around that large stem in the center. You notice that every once in a while, they seemingly spark and occasionally hurt this mass in the center. So like it makes a spark and you see one of the tentacles kind of writhe in what looks to be pain. And then like, yeah, it stops.
I relay that information.
You definitely can. Zil?
Interesting.
I would like to approach this mass in the center and lay my hand upon it.
Cool. You put your hand upon it. and you are covered head to toe in pain. Almost as if this thing is showing you what it is feeling. You feel
Sure.
like shock. You feel achiness, like just kind of fill you completely, to the point where you have to like kind of pull your arm away. You then hear the voice in your head just go, "Help!"
Right.
Where it's
yeah.
being electrocuted, I got a spare cloth from when I fixed my robe. Where it's being electrocuted, I'm gonna just grab the cloth in front of where it's getting sparked to block the spark from striking it.
Cool. You block where you think the spark's going to go off. It then sparks again and zaps a hole straight through the machine, straight through the cloth, still seemingly hitting this creature.
I think we need to shut down this machine.
Sol?
I cast a spell magic on the machine.
Cool. It does not take.
Oh.
Which, make an intelligence check for me, please, Sol.
I'll be right back.
I push Zill into it. I'm kidding.
16.
Your
Oh,
grandmother.
God.
From that assumption, being the methodical, logical robot that you are, you assess the machine and you realize that it is very similar to some of the, like in look, in design, to some of the relics that you guys have already laid your hands on.
So I would recognize the make of this machine. No?
No.
Interesting.
Charvok?
Have we looked at this right bit where I am?
No.
So I just want to look it up and down. And
Yep.
what do I see?
So looking at this machine at the side, you see what looks to be a powered off machine that kind of making an assumption by the way that it's built. It is a fabricator. It seems to be making small rhombus shaped gems similar to the one that you saw in the previous room, and similar to that of the one that Vi carries. There is currently about 25 of those gems sitting on the table to the south of that fabricator.
I just want to pick up a couple of them and just look at them. Do any of them look like they're different from each other?
They are almost identical. Like obviously being made of gem, like of some sort of gem. They each one has its own like small little imperfections or small little, like think of it like a snowflake, right? Each one has its own little difference, but fundamentally they all look the same.
Okay. And then I would like to also just go down south a little bit more to where the wire is coming out of the bottom.
Yep.
Look at it. And then I just pull out some 50 feet of copper wiring that we took from a previous machine and just see if it's similar.
It is very similar, yes.
Alright, I bring this back up and I just show it as like, this is the same. Could we use this for something?
John? Or does somebody want to react to what Charpok
Yeah,
said?
react to that first. Could we reroute the power to drain some of the energy away from this thing?
I don't know how this stuff works. So I just drop it on the floor and then go ahead.
First thing, I'm gonna try to break some of the gem up so I can keep some of the dust if that's possible.
It doesn't break apart from your hands.
Doesn't break apart. Like I can't break it enough that it's unbreakable. Like it's completely different to the Fire's one.
Not with anything that you currently have on you.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna start looking at the that machine that we're next to, is it plugged into anything?
As in the fabricator?
Yeah.
Yes. No,
Okay.
it is currently not plugged in. It does. There's no cables currently running to it.
Well, first I'm going to try to see if I can activate it.
Also, it would
and
need
if it
some
doesn't-
sort of power source.
Yeah. So if it's not powered, then I'm going to connect the wires into it, and then run the wires back to the machine, and then look around for something to connect it to. But I'll wait for Zill to go before I actually connect them.
Zil?
So is this machine still connected to the heart that's in the center?
Yes.
It is. I would recommend that we disconnect this machine from the heart, the creature in the, or the being in the center. I don't care how we do it, whether we remove the cable or remove the gem, but I think that removing this machine from the creature is in our best interest.
I'm gonna hook the generator up to the fabricator.
So it seemingly like sparks a couple times, but then just kind of makes a small whirring noise and goes and lights up. You notice there is like a circular ring on the inside of the fabricator, and there are small lasers that are being shot into this small crystal, making these gems, and then pushing them out to one side. It begins doing what it was designed for and starts fabricating these gems out of this larger crystal.
I'm gonna take that gem out if I can get to it.
Yeah.
If it's gonna
As
hurt
in
me
the
by
big
touching
one?
it.
Or the
Is
smaller
the big
ones.
one that is it?
The big
No,
one is being cut into the smaller ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a big gem in there. Yeah, I'm gonna try and just push it out to get it away from fabricating.
Cool. You push it out and it clinks out one side of the machine, and then the machine just kind of like the lasers kind of go off, hitting the other side a couple of times, and then just go back to a home position and stop.
Do the tentacles seem to move or rise more from this action? Okay.
It didn't seem like it reduced the power to the center, okay.
Ali, you're awfully quiet.
I'm awfully scared. This place is really stressing me out. I don't know what to do or how to help.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna do a loop around the room to see if I notice anything different.
Cool. You do a loop around the room. I'll say you kind of catch note of what looked from a distance. You catch note on the desk. There's seemingly a small drawer on the side of it that you didn't see earlier. Heading over to the small drawer, you open it up and see a whole bunch of notes and scrawlings about time travel and multiversal travel. You also see the beginning sketches of what look to be gates powered by small crystals that could transport whole armies.
I'm gonna call Sol over to get him to read through the notes so we have them for later.
Scans. You feed them in
Downloaded.
one side, and then you just see this flash of white light, and then
It's
they
just
come
like
out the other side.
Cookie Monster's like stuff from my chest.
Zil?
Once Sol is done eating all that information, I would like to get him back over to the generator, and I would like his help in dismantling this machine, or if obviously I would contact him about it first, or removing the power gem from this machine. I think we need to disconnect it from the creature in the center of the room.
Based on my understanding, I believe removing the gem would result in quite a large explosion. We may be able to disassemble the machine in a more safe way?
Yeah, sure. I think whichever way obviously leads to the least destruction, then I think that this machine staying on is to the detriment of this being.
John,
Agreed.
On
I
the
will
machine.
take a good look at the machine, like
Make an
like a
investigation.
good look. Yeah.
On the centaur machine that's attached to the entity, is there just a control panel on it?
there seemingly is, yes.
I've killed too many things doing that.
You
I-
flip
I'm
the
gonna-
switch. Jellyfish die.
Jellyfish die. I've killed too many jellyfish in the campaign.
You have.
I'm sure they could be useful, but anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to touch the machine to see if something lights up on the screen.
It does light up. The panel does light up in front of you.
What does it initially read?
It is in a language you do not understand.
Zil, could you just
Could
have a
I-
look at this?
Yeah,
Okay.
could I have a look at the panel? Do I
You
recognize
definitely
it?
can. No, it is in a
What
language you do not understand.
Okay. Me?
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
Can we all take turns looking at the panel?
You definitely can, and it is in a language you do not understand.
Okay.
Wait, should we all read out
What
our
language?
languages?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Nathan's checked this and we don't have to.
Yeah, but is the machine telepathy?
Yeah, because
It doesn't have a brain.
I speak telepathy for 30 feet. So,
I speak
Yeah.
Common, Deep Speech, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
No.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Draconic, Elvish, Gith, Gnomish, telepathy.
Gith?
Yeah.
give.
Maybe I should speak Gith.
Nah,
You
you don't
would,
like
Sid.
Gith enough.
Thinking about Lae'zel.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing?
Okay. I think
I rolled a 12 on my investigation, by the way.
You have a look at this device. There doesn't seem to be much of a way without having some sort of instruction manual or some sort of part manifest. You can't seemingly put together how this thing is put together.
Zil, would the entity be able to talk us through to turning off the machine?
I can try and contact it. I reach out again and try and get its help in disarming this machine.
Cool. You reach out. That is when the lot of you begin to hear clapping, echoing
I was gonna-
towards you from the
The
entrance.
next thing I was gonna
this
do
small
is check the
chamber.
entrance.
Standing there in the entrance is King Bryce. He kind of like smiles at you while reaching to one side, patting the tentacles. They seem to writhe in pain as he touches them. He looks towards your group and goes, well, what do we have here? A group of meddling adventurers poking their noses where they don't belong? How delightfully typical.
I do think that one person here belongs, but sure.
He takes a step forward and he goes, you see, I've always had a talent for getting exactly what I desire. The throne that belonged to my father, it was merely a stepping stone on my path to greatness. He was weak, and weakness deserves to be purged. Kind of like looking over the lot of you.
Zil is like about to enter a rage. Zil is about to bonus action rage.
You guys see his eyes look at you guys with complete disdain. He continues and says, and as for you, you're nothing more than a momentary nuisance. You think you can challenge me? Your arrogance is amusing. You're beneath me in every way. He smirks and continues. So, revel in your momentary victory if it pleases you. But know that the world, you know, is about to change, and you're powerless to stop it. My desire is unstoppable, and I suggest you learn your place. He begins laughing, and the chamber fills with this laugh. He suddenly then raises his hands, releasing inky black tendrils that writhe in a similar and slither towards you guys. And he goes, "Oh, how delightful it is to toy with you, but playtime is over." The inky black tendrils reach out from the sides of the walls, creating chaos as you guys kind of scramble to like jump out of the way of these tendrils as they kind of come up out of random spots. The chamber becomes darker as you guys begin to struggle. Amid the chaos, you guys are able to get back into the hallway, just like jotting past, dodge rolling, getting onto the opposite side of this entity. You guys watch as the prince's form begins to change. His body contorts and elongates, limbs twisting into nightmarish shapes. He transforms into a towering, grotesque aberration, his eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. The inky black... Each step reveals new horrors, and the inky tentacles continue to lash out, nearly catching you all. We're going to do a chase as he chases you back down this hallway.
Who said we're running? No, okay.
You guys can stay if you want to stay.
I want to make the exact same clapping sounds he made when he walked in.
He's taking up a whole mass of this room. As you guys kind of jump out of it into the hallway, you notice all of the tentacles begin to connect to him somehow, and he fills this whole side wall. I only see Sol with his hand up.
Yeah, I'll put my hand back down.
Okay.
You make a con save for me, real quick.
What level is the spell?
It's not a spell.
Okay. Is it a magical effect?
I don't fucking know. It's the wings, but I was gonna cast it as soon as he walked in anyway.
So that is... What was it? Wisdom?
On save.
Oh, con save, sorry. Give me a sec. I'm just loading his stat block. That is a... cool. A 25.
Cool. It does, yeah. Continue.
Cool. Yeah, we are going to... You guys are being chased down a long hallway away from this entity. Before we do that, we are going to go to break. And then we will load into this new scene. I will set the rules and tell you guys how it's going to run, and then we'll go
quick.
from there. Yes.
I just read the rest of the thing that I was trying to do. The effect that I was trying to get it to do doesn't happen because he saved, but he still takes 10d10 according to this.
Cool. Yeah. Roll the 10d10.
So it's just gonna piss him off real bad right before we're about to run away from him.
Fair.
Uh, 46 damage.
Cool. You fire your
Jesus.
wings towards it, towards where he was, and you just see the tentacles kind of like come up and take the brunt of the damage and just like explode into inky black, almost blood-like substance. And he just kind of like laughs as he begins to lift up into this chamber and move towards you guys.
Actually,
yes.
real quick. Sorry, can you make a charisma saving throw?
Jesus, bloody hell, guys.
It is a magical thing.
You can just tell me what he rolled, and I'll let you know.
It would be a 32.
He is not infected by the effect of me talking into his mind. Say, "You hentai bitch," as we run. That's it. Let's go.
Cool. Yeah, so we're going to go to break. Give us a few minutes, and we will get into this chase scene. So, yeah, get up, stretch your legs, get something to eat, get something to drink, and we will be back very soon. Yeah, same. And my computer just like decided it wanted to stop. Welcome back, guys. We are going to be continuing where we left off. I think my computer's having a hard time because it's actually animating like 3 things at once.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun for everyone involved. So we are in a chase scene. Let me explain the rules to you guys. So this is how it works. At the end of each one of your turns, like you can take your turn as normal, except for movement. But at the end of each one of your turns, you make an athletics check against a static DC. As in a success, you guys will move forward 5 feet. Failure means you drop behind 5 feet.
Okay, interesting.
There may be things in your path that appear at certain rounds that you can all work together to pass. I will explain them as we go along. Feel free to RP between turns as the creature kind of makes its way towards you. If you fall far enough back into the tentacled mass that is chasing you, you begin to take damage every round. So, moral of the story... just don't fall back, right?
Just don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Because it's based off athletics,
Yes.
that's a strength-based thing, which
Yes.
is poo-poo.
Yes.
Can we use certain spells and abilities to move forward instead?
Correct. Yes. So
Okay,
that's
good.
why I'm allowing you guys to kind of RP between years, even though we are going into an initiative round. You guys can still kind of RP as you guys are like bolting down this corridor. You can use spells on your friends to help them out. You can use spells on yourself to help them out. You can come up with creative ways, and we'll go from there and move you forward or move you back depending on what we come up with. Yes, John?
Just clarifying something. Athletics is considered a strength check, correct?
It is, yes.
Awesome, because Astral Arms can make my wisdom a strength check. So I was just clarifying that.
Why'd you move all the way back into the tentacles?
Where I'm gonna end up with my -1 athletics.
Me too, with my -1 athletics.
Like I said, you can come up with ways on how to not do that, and how to do other things.
Can I front flip consistently using acrobatics instead?
You can definitely do that one turn, but to constantly do it, you'd start getting penalties, or the DCs will start going higher.
Watch me and my 4 arms.
Sweet. So we are going to begin this chase. So I will get everybody to roll initiative, please.
Oh my god, I'm rolling so good today. It never happens.
So I'll start off with Sol.
8.
8. I'll roll Ophelia. John.
Dirty 20.
Zil.
It's 21.
Cool. Charpok.
22.
Cool. Azoth. Somebody rolling for Azoth, or should I?
Ethan said he was.
I forgot that was me.
I knew it. There was many of you.
+7, Jesus Christ. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, cool. And Ali,
17.
17. Just to clarify, Ophelia is on the back of Azoth.
Yeah.
Ali, are you?
Well, I don't know if I should be now.
So if it's based
So
off
many
athletics,
mixed
just
messages.
stacks on Azoth.
I've got a +4 on athletics, so I'm not like horrible.
Make your choice.
Make the choice for me.
Flip a die.
No,
Okay, hang on. I'm not.
you are not. Cool. Sweet. In that case, let's start. With Charpok, you are up first.
So what am I doing? Okay.
So you can take your turn as normal,
mhm.
except for movement. So you can
Okay.
choose to move left or right as much as you'd like. but you have to stay on that same vertical.
Mm-hmm.
If you can think of a way to change the check, or if you want to cast a spell, or if you want to do something, you 100% can still do it. You can make attack rolls. You can do anything you would like. You just can't move forward until possibly the end of your turn.
Confusing, but okay. I just want to check an item that I have. Hold on.
Wait, do I? Are my daggers up to the ones that I can teleport with now?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. But I
You just
can't
haven't
read it
used them
my
because
eyes are too tight.
metagaming, you don't know you
I
can
don't
do
know
it yet.
yet. Yeah, so I still
What
wanna
is
be-
the massive tentacles doing? Does it have a face? Is it
Yeah, so
a
you
visible
see,
entity, or is it just all tentacles?
you see King Bryce kind of like lifted above, in the center of this massive tentacles, kind of like floating there. The tentacles themselves are kind of like lashing out to the walls and pulling him forward, almost like some sort of creature clawing towards you guys.
Okay, well, okay. I'm gonna get in between. Well, I'm gonna get in between these two.
Yeah.
I wish I was at least 10 feet forward, because that would have been good for this item. But okay, fine. I want to basically have two of my left hands on the back of Soul. I'm trying to help him to go forward, because he is heavy boy making clunky noises. He's not good at fast moving, I've established. I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike on myself
Yeah.
to basically propel myself forward, but also holding on to Soul at the same time to help him get extra
Yeah. Cool.
momentum.
Yeah. Sweet. Awesome. So you cast that on yourself. Do you want to try and move forward?
I would like to try and move a bit forward with Soul.
Cool. Make that athletics check. I will give you advantage
Cool.
because of Zephyr Strike.
Can I guide myself?
You definitely can.
Good.
Just is Zephyr Strike a concentration?
It's a concentration, but guidance is a cantrip.
But I'm pretty sure it's still concentration, right?
What, guidance?
Yeah.
Yes, guidance is
Yeah.
concentration,
Oh, it
unfortunately.
is true. Damn. Okay, fine. No fucking get this.
Sorry.
It's a natural 20.
Awesome. From that, you will move 10 feet up because of Zephyr Strike, and Sol will move 5 feet up because of your help.
Cool.
And that ends your turn?
Possibly not. I can technically still use a... I can still do it, because now I am forward, and I am... Yeah, this should work. Drift Globe never went down. It was always 60 feet behind me, which means there's 60 feet behind me still, which means I'm going to do Daylight, basically right in King Bryce's face.
Cool. So the spell kind of goes and creates this massive, like, solar flare almost of light. You see like a few tentacles kind of a few tentacles kind of come up in front of Bryce's face, and another few seem to like grab this drift globe and just crack it completely, smashing it into a few thousand pieces.
Bitch!
All of King Bryce's attacks this round will be at disadvantage.
But my Drift Globe is gone.
But your drift globe is gone.
I've had that since the start of this.
That brings us to Zill. You are up.
Okay, I'm going to, as I'm running, I'm going to kind of summon this inky black energy, and I'm gonna kind of open up almost like a tear in space and reach my hand through, and you're going to see like this inky black hand kind of appear next to Ali, grab a hold of her and pull her back through this tear in space. I'm going to cast Vortex Warp on Ali and warp her 90 feet in front of the party. So yeah, as you see, like this, I reach my hand into this like tear, and this inky black hand is gonna wrap around Ali and pull her back through, and she's gonna kind of fly out the other end 90 feet in front
Yeah, cool.
as and I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to cast that as a bonus action, and then as my action I'm going to attempt to cast lightning lure to grab onto a piece of rubble and something and kind of pull myself forward if I can.
Yeah, you definitely can. So go. What does lightning lure like normally?
Okay, so lightning lure is target must succeed on a strength saving throw, be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you.
Cool. So make a spell attack then.
Okay, cool. Thank God, because I have a plus 10. That's an 18.
Cool. So you lash out this lightning lure, grabbing onto like a small crack that creates like a small fissure in the floor, and pull yourself forward. You move 10 feet up.
Sick, thank you. Perfect.
Cool. And end your turn.
Yeah, my turn.
Cool. Did you want to make that athletics check for me?
Sure. It's a 17.
Cool. You seemingly pull ahead a little bit more.
Thank God. All right, I'm gonna get some food.
Cool. That brings us to John.
Cool. John is going to head over behind Sol,
Yep.
activating the Astral arms.
Yep.
So the aura pops up around, the black marks, the black veins go through John. And using my action, I'm going to use the enhanced strength I have to start like behind me, like running and pushing Sol in front of me as I'm going.
Yeah, cool. Easy. Awesome. So you start pushing him. All of the athletics checks while you're pushing for Sol are at advantage.
Oh, okay. So just for pushing Sol,
Yep. So you
use
can make.
advantage, and then I make a separate
Well,
one
no.
after
So
for me.
Sol. Yeah. Sol. When he makes his check to see if he moves,
will get advantage.
He will get advantage. Yep.
Okay, cool.
So you make your athletics.
That is 16. That's dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Sweet. You both move up 5 feet
Sweet.
as you push Sol forward. Which brings us to Azoth. What is he doing?
I think he's just gonna try and get a bit further ahead. I don't think he can do a whole lot.
Cool. So, athletics check then for him? If he's ending
Does
his
his
turn?
movement get bigger when he's bigger?
No. But he does get advantage on strength-based checks, I believe.
Yeah, let's
Which
do
is
that.
an
He's gonna get
athletics.
big, and
Cool.
then try and run more.
Sweet. He will... You guys watch as Azoth begins to double in size. Make me that athletics check with advantage then.
Plus 14, Christ. That's 25.
Yeah, cool. He pulls ahead 5 feet.
Yep.
Cool. That brings us to Ali. After being teleported like a bunch in front of the rest of the group as you're running, what do you want to do?
I don't know if I can do anything other than just keep pushing forward. Might just yell out to Ophelia to stay with her dad. Don't go near the monster.
Cool.
And then try and push forward.
Cool. Make an athletics check.
11.
Cool. So you fall back 5 feet. Brings us to Ophelia's turn, who is on Azoth and is going to stay on Azoth. Which then brings us to King Bryce's turn. He is going to lash out at Azoth and make a tentacle whip. So that is a 12 to hit, which I believe misses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys see this tentacle kind of come out and just spear itself towards Azoth, almost trying to aim for his feet to trip him up. But it like impacts the side and Azoth just jumps out of the way. Which brings us to Sol. What do you want to do?
Since I'm being helped quite extensively, I'm gonna try my best to slow down the bad guy. I'm gonna just like glance back over my shoulder, the one that doesn't have two people behind it, and then I'll lower my hand and raise it, and a 20-foot cube of ground will raise directly in front of bad guy.
Yep.
According to the spell, takes 1 minute to clear. Obviously, that won't apply, but it will at least slow him down.
Yeah, cool. So you guys see the cube just like shoot up as this tentacle blacked mass is crawling its way towards you guys. It like breaks through this rock and is continuing, but seemingly has slowed down a little bit. Does that end your turn?
I'm gonna try and move, obviously. As
Cool.
well.
Yeah. So athletics with advantage.
Okay, that's a 19 minus 1, 18.
Cool. You move forward 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yes. I got an 18 minus 1, so
That brings us to top of the round. Charpok, you are up. Before we start, so you guys begin to see, as you guys are running down this corridor, you see a massive field of tentacles breaking through the ground in front of you. You'll all need to do something to reach the opposite side unscathed, as all of these tentacles just start popping up as Bryce raises his hand. Before we continue initiative round, what do you all want to do to dodge these tentacles?
So I would be allowed to use you'd be able to use any action, bonus action, anything like that, correct?
Correct, yes.
Once I hit the vines, I'm going to reactivate the astral arms so that aura of energy comes out and blows them away from me as I keep charging forward.
Yeah, sweet. What radius is that?
It is only a 10 foot, I believe. Where the hell is it?
10 foot?
It is a 10 foot.
Cool. Sol and Charpok, because you are within 10 foot, John has saved you from the vines. You still can have a turn if you'd like, trying to clear them for your party members, but you guys are essentially safe from the field of tentacles. We'll just continue in initiative order because it'll make my brain work easier. So Charpok, you are...
I steady aim and I stay still. No, I'm kidding.
You just stop.
I'm saved, so I don't really need to do cunning action to dash disengage. But also my Zephyr Strike, I don't get opportunity attacks, so would that help in this situation?
Well, it would normally, yes. But being that John is exploding his astral arms out and essentially decimating them as you guys come close to them, you're safe anyway. So whether or not you wanted to do something to help one of your party members out or anything like that...
Which side is the tentacles?
They're coming out of the ground in front of you. Like stalks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Not much I can do, so no.
Cool. Zil, what are you going to do to avoid the tentacles?
as similar to what John did, when these get close to me, could I cast Arms of Hadar to kind of form almost like a barrier of my own kind of
Inky
dark
blackness.
tendrils around me. Yeah,
Yeah.
around me. Kind of like push
100%.
them out of the way.
100%. You cast them, and as these tentacles kind of come out of the floor trying to latch onto you, the other tentacles just kind of like swat them away, and you are safe from it. I'm assuming Azoth is probably just like a great axe. Is he a great axe guy?
I think it's a hammer.
Or a hammer?
Yeah, he's got a
hammer.
warhammer now.
Yeah, he's probably just going to start swinging at them, right? As he.
Yeah,
as
well,
he
he's
comes
also
through.
got super long legs, so he could probably just step over them.
Yeah, so make attack rolls with advantage because he's large. So make 3 attack rolls.
That's a 27 on
Hits.
the first one. 24 on the second one.
Hits.
26 on the third one.
Hits. So just do 1 damage roll and then we'll apply it just to all 3.
Terrible. It's 10.
Cool. That's enough to swash. Like, you guys watch as Azoth just like swings his hammer, absolutely squashing these tentacles as they come up towards him. Which brings us to Ali. You see these tentacles begin to jump out at you.
I'm just gonna have to try and like run and jump and swerve around them.
Okay, cool. Make me 3 acrobatics checks then.
We'll teleport him.
1 is a 7.
Okay.
Another 7.
Okay.
That is on the floor. Can I re-roll it if it's on the floor?
Yes, I'd let ya.
And an 8.
Okay.
I did not do well.
You trying to jump between these things, you don't manage to avoid them whatsoever, and they still lash onto you, like impacting this like your sides and your back. 3 of them hit you, and you take 14 points of slashing damage.
Yikes. That's so fun.
Last but not least, Sol. Is there anything you want to do, or do you just want to end it? End it all.
Yeah, I'll just commit suicide. No, I won't. So I'm pretty confidently okay with.
You are okay
what
because of what John has
John's
done.
done.
Yes.
And Ali maintained speed, but just took some damage.
But just took damage, correct, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I might pop my healing spirit just the space behind Ali.
Okay. Does the healing spirit move?
Yeah.
Okay. As a bonus action, or
I know it shares my turn.
okay, that's fine then. If that's okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It can keep up with Ali.
Yeah, as a bonus action on your turn, you can move at 30 feet. So it'll just move with me effectively.
Yeah, cool. Easy. Sweet. And we go back into round 2. So Charpok, you are up first.
Oh, Ali takes 2d6 healing.
Oh yeah.
BTW. It's 9.
Thank you.
Okay. Still going to go off the momentum of my previous Zephyr Strike. I'm going to try and do the same thing and, well, actually, I'll stop, move forward and drag Soul with me as much as possible.
Yep. Make athletics with advantage.
That's 15.
Yep, cool. You move another 10 feet up, and Soul moves another 5 foot up.
Cool. While doing that, then, because I get, God, I haven't used Zephyr Strike in a while. Do I get advantage? I do. Can I throw an item that's been sitting in my inventory for a while to try and have a similar effect of disadvantage on attacks?
Yeah, you definitely can.
I'm going to throw Otis's concoction.
Cool. So you throw this bottle of liquid. It spins up and explodes onto some of the massive tentacles. You see them kind of writhe as this like concoction just absolutely lights up, creating like a massive fiery inferno. But the creature's still like clawing itself towards you. It definitely will have disadvantage on its next attack.
Cool. Don't think there's anything else I can do. Nah.
No, that ends your turn.
I hug Poncho's plushie. No.
Poncho's
What
dead.
is this? Ah!
Cool. That brings us to Zill then.
All right, I'm going to once again, like, tear this hole in space and reach my arm through. However, an even bigger arm is going to reach and grab Azoth and Ophelia by, proxy, and pull him through and warp him 120 feet ahead as I'm casting Vortex Warp. Actually, you know what? Let's do 150. I'm casting Vortex Warp at 4th level.
Cool.
Question. Do you have Twin Spell?
No, I don't.
Azoth is completely safe. So is Ophelia. So they drop from initiative.
And I'm going to once again do that as a bonus action.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to once again lightning lure my way ahead.
Yeah, cool. Make your spell attack modifier.
It's a dirty 20.
Cool. Yeah, you move ahead 10 feet. Did I say 10 feet last time, or was it 5?
I can't remember.
I think it was 10.
At.
If I remember correctly.
And then I'll make my athletics.
And then you make your athletics. Oh, wait, no, yeah, it was 5, and then the athletics is extra.
Well, I rolled a 4
Yep.
with -1
Cool.
is a 3.
You drop back 5 feet.
Okay, well, look, nothing lost, nothing gained.
That's it. John, you are up.
I am just going to move across that one space.
Yep.
I am going to use that. I am just going to keep a hand out as well to try and keep. I know I probably won't really catch him, but I'm going to keep that hand out, and I'm going to start trying to push Zill forward as I'm running.
Yep.
So using my action just to dash. I'm saving my bonus action, or holding my bonus action as a reaction for if it lodges its tendrils at me, like as an attack. I'm going to activate the astral arms again to try and blow them back without them touching me, like a force field sort of thing.
Yeah, cool. Make an athletics check for me. See if you can move forward.
That's another dirty 20.
Another dirty 20. You move forward 5 feet. Sweet. That brings us to Ali. You're up.
Okay. What's the distance between me and King Bryce?
It's about 60, 70 feet, something like that.
Okay, sweet. I would like to cast Entangle,
Yep.
which a 20-foot square. It turns the ground to difficult terrain. Must succeed in a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangled plant until the spell ends. I'm not gonna believe that he will fail, but still.
He rolled a 26.
That's fine. I still put it down. I still laid that vine down.
Cool. And then he begins to just move over the top of it, still clawing his way towards you guys.
That's okay. Thank you. And then I'm just gonna keep trying to
move forward. Sweet. Athletics for me.
So if I get another bad roll, I'm not gonna be sad. Now, 14.
14. You move up 5 feet.
Yay.
Which
Good
brings us
maker.
to Bryce's turn. He's going to lash out again with one of his tentacles, this time at John, which is a disadvantage, which is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Sweet. Due to like the I believe it was Charpock's explosion.
Otis's explosion.
Otis's explosion. Sorry. Yeah, the fire kind of created a weak spot in its tentacles, which it then like rushes out from that spot, but completely misses because you see it like charred and decrepit.
I
Which-
don't have to spend a key point to deflect that.
No, misses
Sweet.
completely.
Awesome.
Which brings us to Sol. You're up.
Bonus action move thing up to Ali.
Yep, cool.
She takes 7 healing.
I am back at full health.
Good. Because I'm probably gonna drop it now.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna rinse and repeat. So I'll use my action to use Erupting Earth again.
Yeah.
Which will drop my healing spirit, but it'll slam another wall of rock in this thing's face to try and make some distance.
Yep.
And then I'll try and move forward.
Go make that athletics check. With advantage, because Charpock is helping you, I believe.
Amazing. It's 16.
Cool. You move forward 5 feet. You guys are getting close to the end of this, out of this creature's reach. Which brings us to top of the round. Round 3. As you guys are running down this corridor, King Bryce reaches out his hand, and you see like him strain somewhat towards your exit. Looking forward, you see a large wall of tentacles from the sides of the grow from the sides of the chamber, almost creating like a wall. You're gonna have to figure a way to the other side. So as you guys are running, you see Azoth running as well, and the thing closes behind Azoth because he's out. So yeah, you will have to find a way to get to the other side of this tendrilled mass. So through initiative order, we'll start with Charpock.
So this creates some issues. I can't move away from any of my compatriots, can I?
You can move horizontally.
I want to be I want 30 feet away from everyone.
I'll let you move one more.
Yeah, you will. Alright. Because that's all I wanted. As I'm about to hit this wall, I'm going to... How the fuck do I activate this thing? Does it say? Charpock's just going to do the first thing that he thinks of. He's just going to run away from everyone with his 2 lower arms. He's just going to reach behind and then just stroke the back of his spine. And then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 storages. He just goes doo, 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 and it's as I'm just about to hit this wall, as this shockwave hits it.
Yeah, cool. What damage is that? Is that an attack roll or is that just straight damage?
That's well, technically it's a dex save for the enemy,
It fails because it's an inanimate object.
and it's 6d8 of bludgeoning damage as this shockwave just goes. Vroom.
Roll ahead, my guy.
68, Jesus.
68.
Oh. Yeah, so I just make this hole, just vroom, and then go through it.
Cool. So roll the damage.
Oh, you want me to roll? Okay.
Yeah. You are safe from the tendrils.
10. That is 10 again. So 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool. Easy. Zill, what are you doing to get to the other side?
I'm going to cast. So yeah, you're going to see like I'm going to wave my hands in like a circle almost, and 3 little motes of light are going to appear around me and fire out ahead of me, hoping to like make a gap in the tendrils that I can kind of dive through. So I'm going to cast magic missile.
Cool. Roll damage.
So it'd be 3d4 plus 3. That'll be 12 points of force damage.
Awesome. Awesome. So you see the 3 darts fly out and create this small little crack, which, like, running and barging into it, you're able to just smash open this small little hole for yourself, and you are safe. John, what are you doing?
So, same deal as before. Right when I'm about to hit the wall, activate the astral arms to try and create a shockwave to blow a hole in it.
Yep.
But then also keeping in mind of the deflect. I'm just going to move because I would have seen Zill pop through it, or I suppose he's right in front of me, so that wouldn't make a difference. But keeping in mind I have deflect missiles, so if I see anyone dropping back past me, I will also make the attempt to try and catch them.
Okay, cool. So what damage is it to do the astral arms?
It's 6 damage when I activate the astral arms.
6 damage, cool. So as you running, you create this beam, like this blast radius of energy, and you manage to get to the other side, dealing some damage to the wall. Which brings us to Ali. What are you doing?
Is there still enough damage that I can fit through one of the holes in the wall or something?
There definitely is, yeah.
Okay, I would like to try and jump and get through whatever's being made by
Yeah.
the others.
Sweet. Make an acrobatics check for me, just...
Ooh, 23.
Sweet. Spotting one of the holes, either the John or Zill hole, you manage to, like, duck off to one side, almost cartwheeling your way. And
Just
you...
makes a 30-foot hole myself. Yeah, okay.
Well, she was closer to them too.
The thing is, Ali, do you choose the John hole or the Zill hole?
Probably the Zill
And
hole.
you make it through, which leaves us to
You flatter me.
Sol.
Okay, well, it was gonna be really cool, but no one's gonna see it.
Everyone's like,
Because everyone else has just like disappeared through this wall, and he's kind of just there by himself. He'll pull his staff out and then point it in a direction and drag it down, and it leaves a line of almost flame. And he'll say, "May these flames bring me safety." And just a column of flame will erupt from the ceiling directly down on the wall. Which creates, it's a cylinder of flames from roof to floor, and it'll just open up a gap of fire for him to run through.
Cool.
Jesus, that's fucking sick.
Roll damage.
Yep. It'll take me a hot minute. Give me a sec.
Is it
Yeah,
going to be more
hot
than
minute.
6?
Yeah, it's 8d6.
Yeah, cool. You watch as you fling this almost fire as this massive beam of fire just kind of like shoots forth from the ceiling, creating this column of flame, and you just fall like bad guys don't look at explosions, just like trudging straight through the center of this column. You see all of the tentacles as you guys do that kind of writhe in pain and retract back to the walls. And we'll continue. So Charpok, you are up.
Well, I'm nowhere near anyone now.
No.
Cool. Use my Spinal Shock. Use Zephyr Strike. I guess I can just continue to use my spell slots with Zephyr Strike. This thing doesn't look like it's casting any spells. It's literally just this big
Not currently.
gooey thing. What do you mean? Don't really have any Actions. Okay, I'm just going to use a bonus action to disengage.
Yep.
Yeah, so he gets disadvantage on attacks against me next
Cool.
turn.
Yep.
And if you allow, just dash, I guess.
Yeah, cool. So athletics check then to see if we move forward.
Forgot about dash.
That's
an option.
that's pretty good. That's a 19.
Cool. You move forward the 5 feet. And that ends your turn. Which brings us to Zil. You are up.
Seeing Azoth and Ophelia make their way off kind of in safety, Zil's once again going to cast Vortex Warp at 3rd level on Ollie.
Yep.
I had 120 feet,
Cool.
potentially warping her to safety.
Warping her to safety.
Thank God. Okay, yeah. So like once again, you see Zil kind of reach his hand in here, and that shadowy tendril hand reaches out and grabs Ali and pulls her into this tear, and you see she appears right next to Azoth and
Azoth.
Ophelia,
Yep. Sweet.
far ahead. And then, so I'm going to do that once again as a bonus action.
Yep.
Running low on sorcery points here. And then I'm going to try to...
Lightning lure.
Yes!
Make
How did you
your
guess?
spell attack.
Another dirty 20.
Cool. You move forward 5 feet. Now make your athletics.
A 10.
You drop 5 feet.
Fuck. But look, hey, look, at least I'm not falling back.
Yeah. Which brings us to John. You are up.
Think so.
Seeing that everyone is starting to get some distance,
That's okay.
I am going to. Would you say that Zil is a rather like slim figure?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm weedy.
Yeah. Okay. I have quite like my strength would be considered 18, so I'm actually going to attempt to pick Zil up,
Fireman carry with the astral arms.
and I'm going to use Step of the Wind to try and get an extra distance forward.
Yeah, cool. Sweet. Roll me that. First, make me an athletics check to see if you can pick up Azoth.
Azoth.
Sorry,
I'm not that
Zil.
strong.
Eh, I can only imagine, like,
Azoth would just fucking yeet Zil.
My dice are
Stolen.
doing amazing. That is an 18 plus 20.
Yeah,
22
sweet.
would- no,
Moving
22,
behind
yeah,
him, you
22
kind of
would
like
be.
scoop him up and full like. How are you carrying him? Fireman carry or like
Yeah, no, like
damsel
the
in
cradle.
distress?
Right, I'm like,
Distress
ah!
Really married.
yeah.
Yeah,
I would
newly
like,
married.
I'd like pick him up and then like swing him around and then catch him and then just
Yeah,
keep running because
cool.
I'd like him to be able to see and then keep throwing people forward.
Yeah, sweet.
Zil's welcoming this respite from his legs. He's like,
Now make that athletics check for me to see if you move forward.
That step of the athletics was just to pick him up. Do I move
Yeah.
forward with the Step of the Wind?
Step of the Wind. If you succeed on your athletics, I'm going to move you, depending on what you roll, a certain amount.
a certain amount.
Oh, I had to fuck it up eventually. It's only a 7.
Okay, so
Oh.
you move forward 5 feet.
Okay.
Thank God. Hey, look, 5 feet's 5 feet.
Which then brings us to King Bryce. He is going to lash out with the tentacle, which is at John, which is a 27 to hit.
27 to hit.
27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Jesus. Bloody. Fucking-
Dealing 14 points of slashing damage as this
Oh,
tentacle
fucking
whips out and
worries.
grabs you. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Okay, give me a second. I got to check something. Yes. Sweet. That is a 19.
Cool. You and Zil both drop back 5 feet as this creature, as the tentacle begins to pull you closer to,
It's 20, wasn't it?
King Bryce. Which brings us to Sol.
I have some questions, DM.
Yes.
John and Zill on John space or Zill space?
John space, technically.
Okay. Can I selectively drop a couple feet then?
I would allow it, yes.
Well, I want to drop to where John is.
Okay. Like right next to him or on him?
Nah, it'll be under him momentarily.
Okay.
So I will use my sorcery points to cast Long Strider on myself as a bonus action,
Yep.
which gives me an extra 10 feet of movement.
Yep.
But I'll then use my action to turn myself into a horse, picking up both of them, giving
Okay.
myself 70 feet of movement,
Sure.
and just fucking running. But
Running.
like, imagine Rapidash if it was a robot.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
I'll say make me an athletics check with advantage.
Advantage. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, this is the first time we've ever seen
Yeah.
Good thing
Soul
Good thing it's
use
advantage.
wild shape.
Because one of
Second
them's a
time
one.
in the whole campaign.
What was the first?
Um,
Oh, you transformed into a bird, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a 19.
19.
That's
Awesome.
much better than the one.
Yeah,
So
100%.
Sol, you kind of like drop back slightly, like hero slide, as
Just drop Snake on the ground in between their legs and then
yeah, like
Way.
full turn into this horse. Flames just kind
Zill's
of
testicles are
erupt.
destroyed.
And John, you are there, like clutching, like damsel in distress, clutching Zill, as you, the three of you, jot off, and the tentacle loses grip. We'll say you move to there.
Almost safe.
so close.
Cool. You dropped the spirit, didn't you?
Correct, it's gone.
Cool. And that tentacle dies.
More fucking I fucking did.
Which brings us to Charpok. You are up.
Everyone's in front of me now. What is this?
No.
It's alright, it won't be much longer. I'm just gonna cast Vortex Warp on you next. So.
I dropped back 60 feet.
Yeah, literally. I was like,
Out of range.
I'll Vortex.
Charpok's like, I got this, guys.
Do that
No,
whole
if
thing where you're on top of a train or something, you just
No.
jump. Is it?
If I cast Vortex Warp at 5th level, that is what? 120, 150, 180 feet of range. So I could just be like.
That's actually kind of amazing.
It's actually hilarious.
That's actually hilarious. While trying to move forward, how difficult would it be for me to make a chameleon carapace to look like the rest of the moving environment?
Very hard. You could make yourself the same color. That's not that difficult, but
Yeah, but obviously it would just see me.
Yeah.
Screw it. I've only used one spell. I may as well just Zephyr Strike so I can get a little bit more distance forward. So why
Yeah.
not?
cool, easy. So make that athletics check for me. At advantage.
Advantage?
Yep.
16.
Cool. You move up 10 feet.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Sweet. That
That's
brings us to Zill.
I'm going to Vortex Warp. Vortex Warp.
Yep. Charpok?
Yes, but I'm gonna do it at 2nd level. That should be enough to make him.
Yeah, that's enough to make
Okay.
him zip up and be safe. So he drops from initiative.
All right. Well, I salute to Charpok as I once again
Cool.
dig my hand into this void and throw him.
And that
Mhm.
ends.
I suppose I could lightning lure, but it wouldn't pull the rest of them with me. I will instead. instead.
Do you have guidance or something?
No, unfortunately.
No.
Okay. Look, it's probably gonna fail, but I'm gonna cast. Actually, no. You know, fuck. I'm gonna cast Firebolt. Just aim for the face.
Cool.
You know, as I turn around, just like
Fuck up his eyesight so we
yeah,
can't.
just like trying. It's not even like fuck up his eyes. It's just trying to get a flash
Some
of light in his
free
eyes
therapy.
to kind of like disorient him.
Yeah, sweet.
So it's
Roll attack.
Spell attack. It's a 17.
Cool. You lob it, and then just a tentacle comes out of nowhere and just like bats it completely away. You
I also
kind
forgot
of
to
like
mention
lock
that I was-
eyes with King Bryce, and you just see this smirk appear on his face.
I give him the double fingers. I also forgot to mention that I was casting Vortex Warp as a bonus action once
Yeah,
again.
kind of
But
understood that.
I give him. Can I free action give him the double fingers as
Sure.
I ride away on my robotic horse?
Yeah,
My
sure.
my robot unicorn.
Yeah, sure. Which brings us to John's
Always
turn.
I wanna
Oh,
be
don't you
with
dare.
you.
So, yeah, John holding the bonus action for when he launches it, what I'll assume will be another tendril to deflect it away from us and obviously Sol. But as the action, I'm just going to produce flame, and since he shot one directly at it, as it briefly obscures its face, I'm going to shoot one up into the ceiling to drop some dust and debris down in front of it to obscure his vision a bit more.
Cool. Roll me an attack. A spell
I'm gonna
attack
put some
with it.
dirt in your eye.
So, because I don't have the thing, spell attack is your spell casting plus proficiency.
Yeah,
Yes.
your spell
Yes, it
casting
is.
mod, which I believe for a monk is wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah, so that would be 4 plus 4, 19.
19, cool. It impacts the ceiling, creating like a small rock to come down. Unfortunately, the rock is not enough, and another tentacle just whaps it out of the way. Which brings us to King Bryce's turn, who is going to make a tentacle attack on Sol. So, what is the deflect missile thing that you're talking about?
Oh, no, it's just activate the astral arm effect again to try and create another force field.
Cool. As this tentacle comes down towards you, Sol, I rolled like a 25, but John just kind of goes and creates this energy blast that just the tentacle hits and then just like recoils back into the mass. Which brings us to your turn.
I'm so very glad that you had that force field thing because we were in trouble. The horse's armor class is 10, mine's 13, so we were screwed. Yeah, I'm just gonna use all my ability to just run.
Cool.
Run.
Awesome.
As much as I can get that 70 feet,
Yep.
I'll take as whatever I can have.
Cool. Because you're a horse, I'm not going to get you to roll an athletics check because a horse is built for running.
They just run. That's what they
just
do.
run. That's what they do. So I'm going to say that you make it to the end.
Yes.
You guys are now like a good distance in front of this creature. You see it slowly disappear into the corridor behind you. You begin to see the corridor begin to narrow as it comes to that exit. What are you guys doing? Are you guys just heading straight up out of the castle?
I wanna aim like a firebolt at like potentially the doorway above the like the thing above the doorway to kind of collapse something and leave, kind of make it hard for.
Yeah, I want to do the same thing and just start chucking fire, like the produce flame, up into the ceiling to start just creating like a dust cloud.
Awesome.
To
You guys
obscure its vision now.
do that, and you see Azoth waiting at the exit for you. You guys do that, you see it starts to crumble, and then he just swings his hammer up, hitting the roof, and the roof begins to cave into this chamber, putting the creature on the opposite side of you guys. You guys
Nice.
running through these long corridors, past these blood-stained stone floors. You ascend the stairs, managing to get to the the back to the Shalagoth surface. What are you guys doing now? You guys are in the castle. You guys can beeline it to the front door if you'd like.
I like to kind of fuck with the ship a little bit.
We're back
think we
in
should,
that
like-
area, like that underground area, right?
No, we're back like in the throne room, aren't we?
You're back in the throne room. The tentacled mass, and a cave-in's not going to stop the tentacle mass for long. You see it already like beginning to slime its way through the cave-in. So I've just said that you guys probably are running all the way back up to the throne room, unless you guys want to do something real quick while you're down
What
here.
if we just like lure it out and show everyone what it is? Because he's so mad he can't change back.
Zill?
I would like to sit in the throne, like in the Spelljammer helm. And when I do, I would like to try and contact this creature, apologize that we couldn't save it, and let it know that we will be back for it. But in the meantime, what should we do?
Crash it into the ocean.
I was gonna like crash the ship into the sun.
You hear the words, "Help! Help! Learn!"
Mm,
Learn.
Okay. Learn. I would like to start like rotating Shalagoth in like a 180
Cool.
from where are we headed next? I guess just away from here. Are we going to a specific
Towards
planet or anything?
Haku, most
So
likely.
Who's on the out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I would like to kind of orient Shalagoth away from where we're currently headed.
Cool. You sit on the chair and you like take a few seconds to just calm yourself. After hearing those words, you conduct the turn. You feel as if this creature may be helping you in some way. The whole of Shalagoth shakes, and you hear a couple of the guards outside being like, "Oh!" And the ship begins to turn at quite a rapid pace. For a spelljammer this size.
Okay.
Charpok?
While we're running out, am I able to quickly slice a part of a tentacle and just so I can take a bit?
Yes.
Cool.
You now have a tentacle, a black mass of tentacle.
Black mass tentacle. That's
Yeah,
what it's
I
called.
think once I kind of get the ship on the like rotated course, I'm just gonna get off the Spelljammer helm and book it to our Spelljammer.
Cool. You guys running, barging straight through the castle gates. The door, not the castle gates, the palace, like the actual palace throne room gates. They blast open as Azoth, like full shoulder barges being double his size.
Nice, thank
They
God.
swing straight open. You see a handful of guards in the current vicinity. They all kind of like look to you as if there's an attack, and begin rushing towards the lot of you with their weapons drawn. Anybody want to do anything to deter them? John, you
I'm
have your
going
hand
to
up?
car. Oh, okay. Yeah, John.
Yeah, I am going to boom the voice. Boom the 600 feet voice. Danger is coming. And make it echo through the halls of the castle.
Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna yell run as well, so
Make
I was gonna cast calm emotions and be like, "Yeah, chill, guys, it's alright. Just let us through."
make intimidation checks, both of you with advantage.
I already get it.
Can I use thaumaturgy to start making harmless tremors in the ground to emphasize this?
I use prestidigitation to make showers of
Can I
sparks.
whinny really menacingly?
I'll give you, because everybody else is helping, I'll give you guys +5 to whatever your check
I don't know if they're actually helping
Hell
with all
yeah.
those suggestions that they
25.
had.
25. Cool.
20. 23.
23, awesome. You see the
No, 22.
guards shake with terror, which gives you guys enough time, and Azoth enough time to just continue running towards that front palace gate. And again, a couple of shoulder barges, and that gate cracks completely open, and you guys begin rushing through the Shalagoth streets. You catching the attention of a lot of people as you guys run. You see groupings of guards beginning to run in your direction from behind you.
Feels familiar.
Feels familiar. As
Very
they
familiar.
as you guys are running, you guys make it to the ship, board the ship, and are able to take off. And
Leave.
you guys head off into neon space.
Just clarify something.
Yep.
While we were running,
Yep.
I was going to say that I put Zil down and then spun around on the back of Sol to see if it comes out of the castle after us.
Yes.
Okay,
that's what I
cool.
wanna know.
So as you guys are going through the streets, it does not come out of the castle.
Okay.
Gotta keep that hidden from everyone.
You
Yeah, exactly.
get to your spelljammer and take
Sol had
off.
his hand up, by the way.
Oh, Sol?
Yeah, as soon as we're back on the ship, I drop Wild Shape and look for Kothor.
Cool. Make
I
an
make sure my
investigation
cat's-
check.
I make sure the cat's there,
Hope fuck she is
Which
on
I
the
sh-
ship.
which I assume I had with me the whole time anyway.
God damn it! I rolled a 2 and a 3. Fuck my.
Cool. You don't know if she's on the ship.
Can I look?
hate it.
Because I also know Kothor, and I also like Kothor.
You can definitely make an investigation check, yes?
Is she in the ship hold
I
information?
would be very
Pick someone out
obviously looking for her, so you would all notice.
27.
27. Checking around, looking for all of the spaces that she would probably normally hide. She does not seem to be on the ship.
No.
We need to
Could I?
She's very sneaky.
get.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't confirm that she's not there, which is the annoying thing.
We need to get in contact with her somehow.
Can I cast sending for Kothor?
Could you
Yeah.
have done that while we're running?
Yeah, can I do that while we were running
Can
and
you
just
reverse that?
yeah? Can I retcon and just say no? Can I sending to Kothor and say, where are you? We need you at the ship right now. Meet us at these coordinates at this location.
So as you guys take off into neon space,
No. We haven't taken off yet. We haven't taken off
still
yet.
at the dock.
We're still at the docks. I'm sitting in the Spelljammer helm, ready to go. I cast this spell out to her.
Okay, cool. Sol, you feel a scratching on your
Oh,
side
fucking hell.
as she becomes visible.
As soon
So,
as I...
in the first time anyone's ever seen it, will hug someone.
What?
Soul
soon as
will
I-
hug Kothor.
As soon as I hear the scratching on Soul's, like, body, I take off.
Yeah, cool.
Horrendous chalkboard-like noise.
Yeah.
Can you
I'm like,
can Ethan please explain how Soul hugs or how he think he would hug?
Like it would be like you know the aircon like metal tubing stuff. It'd be like just like that hugging around someone.
I am
How
taking
awkward.
a mental picture of that so I can paint it later.
Soul
Thank
shows
God.
affection.
And you guys
Thank you.
take off
God.
into neon space.
The fuck was that?
I think that was a hug.
No, not that.
Oh.
I think I have a lot... I feel like I have a lot to explain.
I feel like
I
we
think
should test
so.
out these new weapons and shoot at Shalagoth. Blow that shit up.
Yeah, I agree. We have a tester, and I take out one of the black tentacles.
Tactical nuke.
Why do you have that?
I thought we should show someone just in case, like test
it's-
it or something.
It is currently moving.
It's
Ah!
still alive.
I'm gonna get one of my specimen jars.
Cool. If you
That
put
is
it in,
fine.
you put it if you drop it, it seemingly crawls like a worm. and it's crawling in the direction of Zill on the
Ew,
deck.
don't let it near him. Can we get like an iron box or something? What is it? Lead box? That's
Yeah.
gross.
I
I'm gonna just
mean,
pick it up and hold it away from him.
Cool.
has anyone heard the saying, you fight fire with fire?
You fight tentacles with tentacles?
Yeah, why not?
Do you have
If the
tentacles?
shoe fits.
Zill, come over here.
I have tentacles. But yeah, I
But-
want to take off and kind of just like we're not firing upon Shalagoth. We are not
Innocence.
equipped enough, but I would like to take off as fast as possible
Cool.
deep into neon space.
Which way are we heading?
I
Away from
suppose we
Shalagoth.
yeah
Wherever
at,
Haku would be, I reckon.
at this point it's away from Shalagoth. That's our main
Mm.
goal, is to get away from Shalagoth.
Awesome. John?
I would also like to point out that this is a part of that being. It may be able to track it. Whatever we are going to do with it, we should do soon.
Yeah, that's why I was like the lead box or something, because that might stop it, but it's gross and I don't want to be able to see it as well.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like this is the first thing that is, tracking us.
Can he track Zill through like being the same person?
Well, he managed to find us other times.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What's to
He always
stop
finds
him
us
from,
and knows where we are.
yeah. What's to stop him from finding us again?
Question. There was weird information down there in the central, whatever you want to call it, heart or whatever. What was those? What was the information about? Like traveling through time and multiversal crap, and what was that?
I'm not sure. I didn't look at it. It wasn't me. It was Sol, I believe, or John.
Did
Both.
you not know of any of these experiments living in the castle?
I had no idea.
Well, I suppose I will get Sol to transcribe the notes and we will perhaps go through them together.
Speaking
Okay.
of notes, who has the journal?
Me, I do.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Just needed to make sure. Cool. As you guys fly off away from Shalagoth, you are you see a couple of military ships kind of take off from the same spaceport, kind of take off towards your direction, but you guys have enough of a headway that they just turn around and head back. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight's session.
Wow. Action-packed session.
Action.
Lots of
packed.
notes. I wrote 2 pages of notes for that session.
Nice thing for the chase scene, Nath.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
sick.
that was cool.
Thank you.
Even if you did kill your computer.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna end it there tonight. Thank you so much for everybody that's still in chat and anybody that stuck around for the night. Very much appreciate it. Thank you to our 2 sponsors, Stabby Joe & Co. and Dubby.gg. Don't forget to use those codes to get some sweet discounts. We are not going to be playing Astral next week, but we are going to be doing Strahd. So join us then, and then join us the week after for Astral again, and we'll get to the aftermath of this. Also check us out on Instagram, Instagram, YouTube, and the Discord channel. And yeah, we will see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.